Hi and welcome to my channel. I am Ayabolade Bowale, your baby's doctor, and it is always very nice for me to bring you reliable information about your child's health and well-being. Our goal as parents is to raise children that are healthy, that are strong, and that is why we are here. That is why I am here, to give you more information, to give you tips and guides on things you should do and the things you should not do to ensure that your child comes out very healthy and strong. So if you're just joining me for the very first time today, welcome. I have just an assignment for you, which you're going to do now. So you're going to look below this video. You're going to see some buttons. You're going to see the like button. Each time you like my video, YouTube sees it as a very important video and makes it available for people to access. So please like the video and click the subscribe button. The reason you're clicking the subscribe button is so that I can grow, so that my channel can grow, and so that you yourself can actually have easy access to my videos each time I post it. And then for the notification bell, when you click the notification bell, anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first to know. So it comes up on your timeline and says, hey, your baby's doctor has posted a new video, you should go watch it. So that way you don't get to miss out of my video. And then the last one you're going to do, you're going to share by the time you're done watching this video, so that other people can also have access to this. So yeah, that is what you're going to do. So welcome to my channel. It is always a pleasure, and I'll be with you soon. Alright, so today we are going to talk about force-feeding. I know a lot of parents don't like to hear doctors talk about force-feeding because yes, a lot of parents are guilty of force-feeding their children. And sometimes I don't blame parents. I mean, some children are so, I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use the word annoying, because yes, they are so annoying that they just don't want to. They don't want to try something new. So actually, and this is mostly for children that are exclusively breastfed. I don't know why they're like that. And you know, we keep promoting exclusive breastfeeding, and a lot of parents, mothers will tell us that when I exclusively breastfeed my baby, they don't want to take any other thing after 6 months. Yes, I know that a lot of parents will actually face this in their infants, and a lot of them will resort to force feeding the babies, which is what a lot of grandmothers do. You know, when they come to your house, they're like, that is how I took care of your father, or that is how I took care of your husband, or that is how I took care of you. So why are you telling me not to force feed your child? For those of you that were force-fed as children and you're still alive, yay! Because that is actually like attempted homicide. You know, that thing could have killed us. I don't think so. Because my father is a doctor and he would, I don't think so. I can't say for sure, but I don't think so. So a lot of children are force-fed daily. Quite a number of them make it, you know, and it feels like, you know, each time we do something wrong and we get away with it, it feels like, there's nothing wrong with this. But the moment you do it and you don't get away with it, then yes, you realize that there's something wrong about this and I should stop doing this. Unfortunately, some children have died as a result of force feeding. You know, when those grandmothers are force feeding, oh my goodness, they kind of like turn the baby. There are different ways to force feed, yeah. But this particular one is the common one, where they turn the baby, you know, they put the head down, it's lower than the body. Then they have a way of obstructing the nose, so that, you know, of course, if I'm blocking your nose, you'll be forced to open your mouth. And then when you open your mouth, I force the food inside. The child is crying, the child is screaming, and they are forcing the food inside. The danger of this is when the food enters the airway. So this food enters into where the air, that's the airway, is supposed to pass through, and obstructs it. So when this obstruction occurs, it can be very fast in some cases, in which of course there is what we call laryngospasm. So the larynx closes, that's the upper part of the airway, closes in response to something entering the airway, and no air can enter. That is like the very severe one. This one, the child can die within minutes. In fact, what am I saying? Within seconds of it happening, if nothing is done. The second one is, of course, it can go downwards into the bronchi, so the deeper part of the airway, and it can obstruct it and then of course if it stays there for some time, it can be a focus for infection. So yes, the major thing that we are scared of as medical practitioners, as pediatricians, is the food entering the airway. And there is no way in the world that you can actually control the food from entering the airway of the child you are force feeding, which is why we encourage that you don't even do it. Yes, there are a lot of reasons why your child would not tolerate or want to take food from you. Number one, because, well, they are used to breast milk. If it's a child that is exclusively breastfed, so it feels like, what is this thing? It doesn't taste like breast milk. And then, of course, there are some children that don't like what you're giving them. But, we parents, because the child cannot say, "Mother, I don't like this thing you're giving me," we have to force them to take it. So we want them to take the pap. What if the child does not like pap? What if it prefers something else? What if the child does not like the cereal? What if it prefers another cereal? And that is why I tell mothers, I tell caregivers that anytime you're trying to introduce feeds to your babies, the fact that a baby somewhere is taking this, the fact that a baby somewhere is tolerating that, doesn't mean that your baby would like it. So you have to keep experimenting. You try this until you find a particular thing or 2 or 3 or 5 things that your baby likes, and then you can play around it. I know one of my cousins, his son wouldn't take anything apart from pap. So the mother was wise enough. Hello, mother. I know you watched this video. Yeah, she was wise enough to put everything she wants the child to take inside that pap. Okay, so if she wants the child to take potatoes, to be in that pap. If she wants the child to take rice, to be in that pap. So yes, the child likes pap, but then she found a way of putting other things that are nutritious inside that pap. So I think the problem is a lot of parents don't have the patience to look for what their child likes. And of course, this is a tug of war. The child also has his rights. He knows his rights, but you don't know. So he wants to fight you, like, I'm not going to take this from you. And of course, this is very frustrating for parents when you're trying to introduce food to your child and the child does not want to take it. I know it is very frustrating. I remember one of my cousins, when he was very young, when he was still a baby, before you could get the spoon into his mouth, I don't know, I think he was just basically stubborn then. So you would have to force it. You keep forcing the spoon, trying to get it into the mouth. He will fight you. But the moment the spoon enters the mouth, he eats it and then he smiles. But before you can get another spoon into that mouth, it is a tug of war. So children will reject food for whatever reason they feel like. They don't like it, they will reject it. They don't want it, they will reject it. They are just stubborn, they will reject it. Okay, and I know this is very distressing for a caregiver, but I would just like to encourage everyone that do not go ahead to force feed your child because your child is not eating. The dangers of force feeding, I've told you, is crazy. I mean, airway obstruction, it's like, have you ever choked before? It's crazy. The child cannot breathe. Everybody's running helter-skelter. And in some very bad cases, we can actually even lose the child. And then, it feels like you can like almost not forgive yourself for the rest of your life for killing your child, because that's what it is. It is actually a murder. It's like homicide. You're killing someone. So that is why I advise that parents should look for other ways to feed their children. Encourage them, dance, sing, do whatever you can to give them that food, but please do not force feed your child. The repercussion of force feeding the child when it goes wrong is way, way, way worse than a child that is refusing feed. I mean, if your child is still tolerating the breast milk, awesome. At some point, they would actually take food from you. Do not, in any circumstance, force feed your child. I know. I know. And I don't mind, talking to you about your options, about the options you have for feeding your child. But please do not force feed that baby. I know you know that force feeding your child is bad. Me saying it is me advocating for the children that cannot tell you how they feel about you force feeding them. Okay, so please look for other methods. Here comes the choo-choo. Open your mouth. If you're happy and open your mouth. Whatever. Do that. Sing. Dance. Get them to eat that food. But please do not force feed your child. Actually, I know that this video has touched you. I know I've shaken some tables. I know I've broken some tables. But it is all for good. It is all so that we can have healthy children and have happy families. And you see, you can't live knowing that an intervention you did was what killed your child or what hurt your child. I know how parents feel when a child dies because it was force-fed. I mean, they were trying to care for the child and then the child dies. So you can almost never forgive yourself for that kind of thing. So that's why I'm trying to encourage you that you should look for other methods to feed your child apart from force-feeding them. So please, let's share this video. Let it get to people. Let it get to mothers, caregivers everywhere. Let us continue to ring this bell and tell them that force-feeding a child is not good for the child's health and well-being. So yes, that is what this video is about. No big stuff, just the basic thing. I want you to, because I still feel like this is a time where we should actually stop seeing cases of force feeding. And yeah, so please, let's share so that more people can have access to this video and understand why you shouldn't force feed your child. Thank you so much for joining me again. Do remember to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and of course, share the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next video. Have a good day. Bye.